I am Shru Ahmed. We are going to talk about e-commerce. We are going to discuss its definition, concept, types, and finally its pros and cons. Let's start off with its definition and concept. E-commerce means buying and selling goods via internet. For example, when you do shopping on Amazon, you can do that by transferring money and data without any effort or even leaving your home. Also, all the stores that sell products online can be classified as e-commerce, as it's not just used by well-known brands. Brands from startup to medium-sized also can use it. For example, Etsy or Amazon or Shein. This could be from a small online store on Etsy to Amazon, the big one, and everything in between. With simple tools to set up e-commerce platform like ePay, anyone can set up an e-commerce quickly. As a big business with online retail sales reaching nearly $5 trillion worldwide, analysts expect it to grow exponentially over the next few years. Before you jump into e-commerce, you may find it helpful to understand its fundamentals and types. My colleague Sam will help you.
What are the types of e-commerce? I'm Sama Ahmad Sami and we are going to discuss 4 types of them. First, we have the business to consumer model and B2C as a short, where the business sells directly to the consumer. If the customer buys a product from a retailer like Amazon, then the customer is purchasing from a B2C company. As you set up a Shopify store and sell directly to consumers, you use the B2C model. Secondly, we have the business to business model and B2B as a short. This model involves selling products or services from one business to another. An example for that would be a wholesale company selling parts to another business that uses its items. Sometimes the purchasing business buys a product at a wholesale rate and sell it for a profit. We also have the consumer to business model and C2B as a short. This model includes people who sell their products or services through a third-party platform. Usually, social media influencers and bloggers can fall under this category if they receive money from businesses to promote the brand. And finally, we have the consumer-to-consumer model. C2C e-commerce model typically involve online sites that allow people to sell goods and services directly to others. An example of this might be someone selling an unwanted item on eBay or OLX to someone else.
I am Shahd Kamara and now I'll be talking about the advantages and disadvantages of e-commerce. First, the advantages. It's faster when it comes to the buying process and compared to a physical store is cheaper because you can avoid spending money on costly items. That's why it reduces operating costs and also that's why it's kind of affordable when it comes to advertising and marketing. And now that's the most important part, that it has extended opening hours. An e-commerce store never has to close. You can complete purchases anywhere, where and anytime. And finally, larger international audience. Physical stores are limited to their location, but with an e-commerce store you can sell to customers worldwide and expand your market. Now, moving on to the disadvantages. First, we have rising advertising costs. Crowded markets in the e-commerce have increased the need for digital marketing. These advertising costs decreases your profit. Second, increased competition. This includes the giants with big budgets and expert marketing teams. Third, potential site crashes. If the power goes out in a physical store, you'll still be able to sell products. But when an e-commerce site goes down, no one can complete a purchase.